service is now complete. Unit 99. Mine, however, continues. Our work here is a plague of terramorph attacks. That is disconcerting. You are docked at one of a kind.
Get you something? Here's what I've got. In need of materials? Or just here to have a drink and enjoy the views? All legal.
Remember,
arrived.
some life forms
Now
don't
meet you
need
inside the
spacesuits, so
facility.
keep your eyes open.
I can't believe it.
Major Sanan, Dr. Walker.
You're in better shape than I expected, Kaiser. Shouldn't take us long to get you back up to full fighting capacity.
This is good to hear. I was told... Horizon. I wish to learn more.
Percival will give you the full story.
Plus, get you dressed for the occasion.
Occasion. Where are we going?
Londinian.
Londinium, Doctor. I will require additional armaments.
That's the plan. Come on.
Captain, you're with me. Time to walk you through what we came up with. So the problem we're up against is vast. Terramorphs, they can be anywhere. Meaning us finding and disposing of them ourselves isn't an option. But what if we could let something else do the work for us? Come on. I'll walk you through what we're thinking. You remember that creature we talked about before you went to Nira? The thing that eats terramorphs, the Asyles? Apparently, they were bloodhounds for terramorphs. But when the UC ran low on synthetic foods during the Colony War, the Asyles were chosen to fill in the gaps. We thought they were harvested to extinction. But in the data, the research team found the location of a few remaining specimens. As you can see, what we're proposing is bringing them back. We'd breed populations of them, distribute them to human worlds, and then let nature take its course, using a method that thousands of years of adaptation have already perfected. We could speed up their breeding process using, well, using some of the same technologies that were used to create me. We even think that with some time and investigation, we could use the Asili's hunting skills to track down the terramorph transmission method at long last. Find out how humanity spread them and put an end to the terramorph problem definitively. I really think it could. Now, there is another option for removing the terramorphs from our worlds. It's faster, maybe even more efficient, but riskier. A microbe. Something we could aerosolize, let spread, and have it clean up anything with terramorph DNA for us, which would include morphs, and we expect their transmission method. It'd still take time to build, test, and distribute, but no other method could hold a candle to it when it comes to sheer efficiency. Not even the Asilis. Well, that's still not 100%. But there's no sense in Percival assures me that he'll be able to encode safeguards against mutation in the agent's genetics, so that they stick to the task. But the microscopic world has a tendency... It would be the more efficient option. With either path, though, we're looking at a long-term commitment. Years of work. Even just getting these plans off the ground is going to take time. And all routes are going to require terramorph cell lines we can breed quickly and consistently to test on. Asili's gene samples we can use to rebuild them or sharpen our microbes. Not the sort of things any labs just got. But we think we found a lead. One place and all paths lead to... It was the central hub for Asili's But, and this part's exciting, the terramorph data suggests Asili's were... Meaning, there's a very good chance they're prey, which would also explain why no one ever suspected that planet as the terramorph source world. The Asilis were too damn effective at cleaning... Additionally, it explains why once... Londinian could very well be where the terramorph saga... It's certainly not encouraged, but the UC's given their sign-off for this excursion. This trip is all above board. It's dangerous, yes. But Kaiser, Percival, and I, we've trained for this. And you're not so green yourself. And the last thing I want right now is for the UC to stick us with some... Captain, you're the reason we're all here right now. Exactly what I was... Now, the UC has a small operating base. We're cleared for access, but we'll need to check in with the base. I'm gonna help Percival and Kaiser prep. But you need to know, Londini? They'll have anti-Xeno gear for us at the base, but...
Long time since I've been to Mars. Sol system doesn't get a lot of traffic.
Yes?
This is quite an impressive research facility. When it comes to the study of the terramorph, the Red Devils are sparing no...
You romanticize a place when you're away from it for long enough. Now you. It's come up on my perform, but I know the needs of this facility. Not that it should matter. Oh, that's you then. I was informed we might be working together. Don't much care for Vanguard. But sounds like you two really got into the thick of it back in New Atlantis. My sister's kids live in the city. Yeah, they both came through okay. Effectively useless human beings that... Still. Now, what was it you needed? Don't worry. Military-grade hardware. Everything up to spec. Can't do the job without the right. No more reliable.
Pardon. Excuse me.
off limits. You were advised to jump to safe harbor immediately. Let me check my logs. All right, you can proceed. We'll let them know you're on your way down.
Landing struts primed. Retros fired.
Now this planet, this is more my speed. I could hike here for a while.
Inside the barriers, double time! You with the Xeno unit?
I pride myself on knowing everyone on this world. And either that, or you're one deeply unlucky train. Vanguard, eh? Brief said you were an eclectic group. You must have really shined out on the fringe to get assigned a task like this. Ah, then this must be the rest of your outfit.
Commander Hatum.
No need for introductions, Major Simon. Dr. Walker, your reputations precede you. As does the urgency of your mission, so I'll get to it. Now, Londinian is one of the most dangerous places in the Milky Way. It's with good reason, my soul. Terramorphs are omnipresent when Major Sinan's father bombed. As such, we'll be providing you all with gear, information, and uploading municipal unlock codes to your robot. Every tool you could need to succeed out there. Except one. Once you're on the other side of those barriers, you will be... Do we understand each other? I'll leave you to your preparations then. And I do believe there's someone. Now, once you're outside the base, though I can't go, I hope you all find. Robot, you're...
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you, Commander. Percival, you all...
Should only take a few minutes. Let's get this done.
Percival will be scanning the city for our samples. No argument here. Head over to the armory and gear up. Once...
Okay. Hello. You match our description. The Vanguard. Make sure you...
Word of advice while you're out there. Don't trust what the voices tell you. All quiet over here. Okay, that's it. Time to sell some of your junk. Don't go into the city much. Never for long. Too risky. Sidonia is bring me anything useful? Okay. Someone's always watching the gate. You can come and go as needed. There's a field cache in the Aceles plant just outside the barriers, if you need a quick resupply. Wonder where this will all lead. Talk to you later.
Been a long time since I've been. Glad to haul whatever you need. Bye.
How can I be of service, Captain? Commencing item exchange pro... I will await your next order here.
My soldiers and I would appreciate it if you try not to draw too much attention to yourselves out there. Can't you heard you're going out there willingly? Damn. Hey, let me know if we're going to head into the well, so I can watch your back.
Ever been to Sidonia? My brother works there.
I'm sure you... There's nothing. Nothing. Please, take... You know? Just by... Please, take a look. You're here because you need some... Only the fun...
Sidonia is an industrial town. Want to see what I'm Goodbye.
In the wake of the Terramorph attack on New Atlantis, unprecedented.
Please let me know if I may assist. I'm sure you'll be satisfied. I'll see you again, I'm sure.
It might not be Jemison, but this ship is starting to feel like home.
Got anything you need to offload? Trade. I'm sure you can find something you like. Okay, no problem.
Hey, kind of breaking my concentration.
All set on your gear? That's it. Kaiser? Percival, everything green on your ends?
I am ready.
Personal comm should be routed through Kaiser now. You copy that?
Roger, loud and clear.
Perhaps too loud.
Oh, you're a riot robot.
Kaiser? Kick it off.
Unlock code transmitted. You may open the gate when ready.
Alright. On our way into the city. Percival, where are we heading?
Running the first sweep. Got one. A Sealy's. Not far. Old shipping yard just past the processing plant. Gene samples are probably in one of the containers.
Safety's off.
processing plant. Cache with some goodies is towards the rear of the facility.
Guys, close enough for you to dial in the location of those samples from here?
Yes, they're faint, but I'm detecting multiple valid signatures. I have restored power to the containers.
Jackpot! Get down there and collect as many as you can.
over to Kaiser. Let's get out of here.
Samples secure.
Nice work. No. Earlier scan picked up a valid Terramorph sample, but, well, it's in the spaceport. And the quick route there looks like it got blasted when the port did.
There are steam tunnels under the city, which will allow us to access the spaceport.
What do you... That's right. Kaiser, how did you know that?
I'm not sure.
Percival, you see any better option?
Not from where I'm standing.
We've got our answer.
Access unlocked. We may proceed.
Wonder where this will all lead. I'd be happy to carry. Bye-bye.
Kaiser, this flora, this is Lazarus plant, isn't it?
Confirmed.
You know, no one even realized it was a living thing until someone got it under a microscope and saw it had cells. Can't be cultivated anywhere but Londinian.
Been a long time since I've been to Mars.
Marvel.
Dropping off a few... So long.
these leeches. What's keeping you things warm? I'm sure we can find a use for this. What's that? My God, look at it. A Lazarus in bloom. You know, we might be some of the only... What's happening? Captain, are you seeing this? Are terramorphs.
What? No. It can't be true. Heat leeches are everywhere. They live everywhere. That means terramorphs...
You just saw that, right? That heat leech became a terramorph. Heat leeches hide out in ships, sneak away after... We just found out how That I don't have an answer for right now. But if they share a genome, like most nymphs and adults do, the microbe should have no problem dealing with heat leeches and terramorphs. The Asylees, we'll have to look into. But given what we know about the creatures, I wouldn't be shocked to find that they've got an appetite for both. No, Lazarus plants can't grow anywhere but here, let alone blossom. People have tried. Plus, if what we just witnessed was happening anywhere else, well, it wouldn't just be Londinian lost to these things. What we just saw, it must be some kind of alternate growth method. One... I am sincerely inclined to agree, but current evidence suggests nature... The Lazarus plant. It's clearly an accelerant for the terramorph, a heat leech transformation process. But that means, if anyone knew about this, you could sneak a leech into a city, or even multiple leeches, into a place like New Atlantis. Good God. But first...
Well, we're never gonna know if you don't catch that thing. Get after it!
We may proceed.
Go!
There's no way a plant this rare, this fragile, just shows up here, New Atlantis.
Did
transformations on those worlds, they must have been triggered by human hands. Captain, do you understand what it is we just stumbled on here? Exactly. Someone saw the Lazarus plant in action, and you...
A bioweapon no one would recognize as one. Oh, that's a terrifying prospect.
Sort of thing that'll keep you up at night. And makes some sense. Tau Ceti was likely their first test. Someplace remote where no one would question a few settlers going missing. Ensure the big show, the attack on New Atlantis, would be a success. And the timing of that one... It couldn't have been just luck that it happened right when we were asking the cabinet to do something about the terror. These attacks. They certainly were. But having this... Who could pull something like...
Let's save the discussion for when you all aren't standing in the universe. If we're gonna do anything to prevent more Terramorph attacks, human cause or otherwise, we need...
Roger that. Kaiser, get us into the spaceport.
The entrance is this way. Sufficient power to the lock mechanism.
Anyone got ideas where we could get some extra juice?
Local power looks like it was controlled in the security office. Upper floor.
Captain and I can scout it out. Kaiser, see if you can't find another way to get it open.
Roger that. I have restored power to the office entrance. You may proceed.
That's my father he's addressing. He was here? Didn't think he'd have the guts to look those soldiers in the eye before blowing this place to pieces.
Admiral! It just transformed. An invisible weapon. No planet would be safe. Colonel, the troops that closed off the sewers after my evaluation, they're all in this facility.
Other than our casualties? Yes, sir.
Good. Get them into defensive positions around the spaceport. No one leaves. I'll send ships as soon as possible.
Thank God. None of us wanted to go down swarmed by those things.
That won't be your fate, Colonel. You have my word.
Transcription complete. Physical copy available.
An invisible weapon. He knew. He knew about the Lazarus plant. Grab that recording. We should talk. Hey, Victus. He destroyed this place. Killed these people to keep what he knew about the Lazarus plant and the Terramorphs and all this a secret. Didn't he? heard that recording. He saw the potential of the plant as a weapon and hid it. He killed those people to keep them from sharing.
Wrong. I was a commander. I've been in tough situations, and nothing would ever make me feel that it's justified to
He decided to sentence his own soldiers to death. But if the plant was used to trigger the attacks... Good point. Deal with one.
Guys, your sample. It moved. I'd be real careful out there if I were you.
That doesn't sound good. Eyes peeled. Sample with Kaiser and we're done.
Final sample secured.
All wrapped up. Time to get the... Percival, you should unplug and find somewhere we can talk. Privately.
On it. See you soon. Look at all of you. Back from the underworld. Got pretty frantic on the comms towards the end there. But it sounded like this was a success. Got everything we need to put this plan in motion. Can't be positive until we run some tests. But knowing that the Terramorphs have been masquerading as heat leeches all this time is a big find. Arguably makes things more feasible, now that we know what we're dealing with, not less.
Agreed. Plus, I don't think you're gonna have to push real hard to get folks on board with cleaning up one of the galaxy's greatest pests if this is what they're capable of.
But none of that's getting done without the samples. You do have them, right? Hey, was worried about that myself, though I know I wasn't nearly as much at risk of limb loss as you all were. Now, my connection might have gotten a bit fuzzy there, but do I have it right that Vae Victus knew about this damn plant?
That's what it sounded like.
Guess the old Admiral must have told someone what he learned. Even he's not clever enough to pull off an attack like that from the great beyond.
It's a bit more complicated than that. Captain, he needs to know. Vae Victus is alive, which means he could have been involved in the attacks.
Alive? He's... Vae Victus? That can't be true, right?
Unfortunately for us all, yes, it's true.
So that means we have a suspect.
I believe that's exactly what that means. Look, Captain, Percival and I, we need to get these samples back to the lab. Ensure we'll be able to handle cleaning up the leeches as well as the Terramorphs. But Vae Victus is the only solid lead we've got on the attacks. Since you're the only one who knows where he is, can you speak to him? See if you can get him to cough up anything he might know. Good. We'll all meet back at Mast, outside the cabinet chambers. They're gonna want to know everything we've uncovered here. Best of luck, Captain. And thank you for dealing with him.
While we're here, let's swing by Centaurian so I can pick up some ammo.
You should inspect your ship for heat leak. Just every couple landings. They'll cause plenty of havoc if left unchecked.
Sidonia isn't it? Bring me anything useful. Time to go? Wonder where this will all lead.
Authorized personnel.
Well, what a pleasant surprise. When I heard you and Hadrian were headed for Londinian of all places, I presumed you must be onto something big. Did you find what you were looking for? Continue whenever you like. I haven't been to Londinian in many years. Why? Is there some way I could be of assistance? Were you able to recover what you were looking for? Now, what in the heavens would make you claim something as ludicrous as that? patently untrue statement reached the ears of the cabinet. Perhaps I can convince you to keep this among us. You want to hear the words, then? I did it. The Terramorph attacks on Tau Ceti, New Atlantis, my doing. Years of coordination between my associate and I, figuring out how to deploy the Lazarus plant's pollen outside of Londinian, learning to synthesize it, use it as a weapon. Now, being as clever as you are, I'm sure you have thoughts on why I might do such a thing. All in due time. First, I want to see if you're truly as astute as you appear. So why would someone... The attacks. When I discovered the plant, but we were at war. So I ordered the bombing of the Londinian and sealing away. It's easy to judge now, but the Freestar Collective had spies. In that moment, I wasn't about to add another dangerous variable to an already catastrophic. But then, as the war ended, my trial, my execution, and what did I get in return? Was there any effort by the UC to protect my legacy? My daughter's legacy? No. We were sacrificed when all we did was serve. So I kept what I'd learned and arranged the attacks to set things right again. My daughter. She becomes a hero. I become a trusted advisor. And cement my new position of influence when I hand them the dear departed Dr. Reginald Orlays, the associate who aided me all these years, and whom I always slated to take the... What luck he was stopped dead before he could hurt it. Why would I want to be in the good graces of... Maybe I still dream of a life outside the... Though now... It wasn't easy. But the beauty of being loathed, they wanted to pretend I didn't exist. And so, still, they believed they were luring in wanted criminals, dropped off at just the slow work. Can't remember the many lives. Orlays was the man whose death you brought about. The man I am. Captain, please. You've benefited here as much as I have. It's why I had Orlays reprogram Kaiser. Had that old machine guide you to where I found the plant. And look at the results. I know for a fact the cabinet's planning to... Isn't that preferable to languishing away in with only the vague hopes of perhaps... Something befitting the dead. While, of course, they can't give you a command, responsibility like that has to be... I expect you'll be quite pleased with the... Precisely. And let's not forget the eliminating the Terramorphs. Securing knowledge. I'm simply requesting one more... I've already sent along the evidence of Orlays' role in the attacks of the... All I ask is that you confirm as much. After all... Splendid. Then I won't keep...
Been a long time since I've been... All right, let's go.
Perfect timing. So on our end, good news. The microbe and the Asylees are both as...
Means either plan should work for clearing.
Considering what the Lazarus plant is I already sent along info to the... So what about your end? Did my father tell you what he knew about the lab? I knew it. Why? It takes some deeply twisted logic to think anything did more harm.
So you're telling us that the attack on New Atlantis was all that?
Well, once we inform them... I'm sure he did. But he killed... So I guess that gives us our fight. Unless there was... This might be our last opportunity to... It's hard to know. Unlike my father, the cabinet aren't butchers. But if you're really that concerned, you could request they be lenient. Asylees aren't hostile to humans, but they are megafauna. If someone decides to pick a fight with one, it could get ugly. But they've already been spread far and wide once before when the UC was raising them as livestock, so the risk of introducing them to new worlds is minimal. Using them to clean up the terramorphs and leeches, though, it's not going to be nearly as expedient as the microbe would be. Given what we know now about the Lazarus plant, the speed of the job does matter. But going with the Asylees, we're at least dealing with known risks. They are.
Microbe needed minimal adjustment to it.
And the Asylees seem like they're even better at tracking leeches than morphs.
Hell of a sight to watch, though, when they catch them. Like an open airlock guzzling angry spaghetti. Microbe is gonna make the cleanup a whole lot quicker. If we're concerned about this Lazarus plant getting deployed again, that's the way to go.
The cabinet can secure the Lazarus plant, and then we're not risking any surprises when it comes to dealing with a microbe.
You're being paranoid. You know the science. You know we can make this safe.
I do know the science. I also know math. And a 1 in a million chance of a mutation isn't 0. So I guess we're still in discussion. Probably best at this point to let the cabinet weigh in. See if they have a preference. And here we go.
Welcome back, all of you. I wish, but according to Hadrian's report, and the second one is what I'm reading.
My God.
An attack? Using...
You will all receive a... So then is what the second report claims correct? Did
or lays? It's true, ma'am. I heard the recording myself.
He did what?
That...
Clearly, he made his own. Madam President, I have been saying...
Enough! I hope everyone here understands that what has just been shared... Now, that's quite the accusation you're leveling. You have evidence to...
It just transformed. A terramorph out of thin air. An invisible weapon. No planet would be safe.
Heavens help us. Is that actually him?
I'd know that voice anywhere. That's Francois.
He knew they could do this. And said nothing.
He's a sociopath. Plain and simple, ma'am.
Officer, please collect that recording.
Yes, ma'am. Begging your pardon, Captain?
We'll, of course, be launching a full investigation into how this could have happened. Though I have little doubt the Admiral will be quick to share all he knows on the subject once confronted with that recording. Chief Yassine, can you send one of your interrogators to have a little chat with the Admiral?
I'll issue the order immediately.
Good. Combined with everything else you all have uncovered. Well, I don't think the United Colonies can thank you enough. We failed the people of the colonies by not dealing with Vaevictis sooner. I intend to rectify that mistake immediately. That's... cutting off Vaevictis' contact with the... That will be up to the cabinet, but I don't appreciate... I'm not sure I see why someone with UC blood on their hands would merit leniency. Now, with our villain unmasked, with the threads you've brought together here, the three of you have likely spared thousands of lives. But it now falls to the cabinet to ensure this can... As such, the cabinet will be securing the Lazarus plant on Londinian. All materials related to the plant will be classified.
A sound decision, Madam President.
Well, luckily the natural hostility of Londinian makes keeping out trespassers relatively easy. But we'll ensure its growth is contained, that access to the plant is only permitted... We're already discussing the elimination of one species, Captain. Explain to me.
That's only a partial solution. The UC should involve the Freestar Collective.
And once Vaevictis has been dealt with...
And allow us. Very well. Thank you for the suggestion. So then, the cabinet has agreed to implement a plan that will deal with the Terramorph, and now also Heat Leech. In fact, we've already begun enacting measures to check all UC ports, the project we're embarking on.
Madam President, this microbe is clear.
To someone with limited knowledge of biology, perhaps? The technology behind the microbe is solved science. Using it to wipe out the Terramorphs would be the quickest path.
And fast results always lead to the best outcome.
As you can see, there remains debate among the cabinet. We were hoping your... Major?
We've been having similar debates ourselves. But the captain has yet...
I see.
Glad to see someone's not afraid of a little applied genetics. The science division is in full...
I doubt there's another body in the galaxy that could pull it off.
Absolutely correct. There are no better hands in the galaxy for this project than ours.
Order, please. And Major Sinan? Dr. Walker, you'd find this acceptable?
We trust the captain's judgment.
Then the matter is settled. We'll begin the process immediately. Today marks day one for the United Colonies Terramorph Management Division, making you three the founding members of the TMD. As befits such a group, the Cabinet wanted to display its gratitude. Today, we will be adding 3 new Class 1 citizens to our ranks.
Class 1? For the 3 of us? Are you joking?
What he means to say is, thank you, ma'am.
Oh, yeah. Thank you, ma'am.
It's a status reserved only for those who've dedicated their life. Class 1s enjoy an ample credit disbursement, an additional reduction on the cost of... And I'm told that you all have earned. Now, Major Sinan, Dr. Walker, I hope you two are willing to continue your efforts spearheading the TMD's research on Mars.
We'd be honored, ma'am.
As for you, Captain, the Vanguard will be providing much of the on-the-ground support for the TMD. As a member of both the Vanguard and the TMD, I believe you'll have your pick of duties. Speak to your commander, Tuala, if I recall correctly. He should be able to provide you with assignments going forward, plus help you collect the benefits that come with being named Class 1. On behalf of the whole of the United Colonies, you have our sincerest gratitude. This meeting is adjourned.
Become part of the most advanced technology corporation in the set. Systems.
Imagine how many credits flow through this place. Figuratively, of course.
Gal Bank makes personal finance easy. If there is anywhere, with Gal Bank, your money is always safe. Always. I do hope you're taking advantage of our remote transaction benefits.
I need to find a store with good watercolors. I like the way they bleed on the canvas.
Hello there.
Hey. Sure. Yeah, find a gal. It'll be paid, of course. Yeah, fine. It'll be paid, of course. Trying to get a job at Gal. It's the big building. You're welcome. Anyway, yeah. And no one but tell you what. Because magic isn't real, I figured being a soul-sucking banker was the next best. Why? Later.
Well, well, I've got to say, this is a first. I've never had. It's a high honor. Have to do something only ever met, and certainly never given one order. You should be real proud. Luckily, I've already gone ahead and processed your Class 1 benefits. All UC goods and services should now have a thanks for protecting the colony, and the credits should be... But to get into your penthouse, you'll have to pay a visit. Just out the front door and across the plaza, by the embassies. Look for the... Higher-ups wanted to make sure, but with all that there are your standard Vanguard missions. Or you could help the team. Oh, and I got a request from Dr. Walker. Any of those missions? Suppose that's transferring that to you? Done. You're authorized to use whatever force required to bring down those hostiles. Sure thing. You ready to head? Oh, I went ahead and authorized the highest specialist pay grade. So, are you... Let's get to the details. Report says ships at these coordinates fired on United Colony's craft. You're cleared to use lethal force if necessary. That terramorph doesn't have a prayer. Now what can I do for you? Okay, these coordinates should get you to your first target. There. These missions are straightforward. Proceed to the location, kill the critter before it can do any more harm. Just be smart out there. Don't want you getting banged up too bad on your first hunt. Super... At Ultra, Captain. Sounds like we're clearing out a snake nest this time.
I will never get tired of that.
You are entering United Colony space. Maintain course and prepare to be scanned. Scan complete. Go ahead and land.
Let's pop into Outland while we're here, and see if Joe has anything useful to add to our arsenal.
Everything good? We're here to help.
We are experiencing anomalous readings. Member crew have... Compromised.
Hey, welcome to the Sidonia. Cool. Come back anytime.
On outer hatch. We're docked.
Greetings, Captain.
Welcome aboard the UC Vigil. Did you have any questions before? Yeah, listen to him. Carefully. The commander's a one and... Other than that, just... I'm not authorized to divulge information about this vessel. Suffice to say... Of course, if you'd follow. So, you're the vanguard that took down that terramorph on Tau Ceti. You've made quite an impression around here. Everyone upstairs is talking about it. Damn. That must have been... One hell of a firefight. I almost regret missing out on all the fun. Of course, we don't normally see that kind of action on the Vigilance, but we have our moments. All right, Vanguard. Take the lift up to Ops. Commander Akande should be waiting for you. Good luck.